So when we started, we just had one location, just based in Newmarket, and we just sold the cricket gear at that point. And we grew there. It was just an old industrial building, which we fitted out, part of it in a retail showroom and part of it in just holding stock and then just working on top of the stock with laptops type of feel. From there, we branched out to the Scarbro Tennis Centre, which we're still there today. And that's sort of the main focal point of particularly our tennis business, but our rackets business. And so we set up there, and that's purely racket product at that location. We work with Tennis Auckland out there to manage the courts and do all the stringing for tournaments and things like that. So it's been great for us to embed us in that tennis community. After that, we opened a store in Albany, opposite the mall in Albany. At the end of the day, that didn't work. We thought it was a great idea. We thought we'd plan the house down, with what we thought, well, if we can pop up in a back street of an industrial street and make a retail business work, then we can 3 or 4 years later, when we're a little bit more known, throw a shop across the road from one of the biggest malls in the country, and surely we can make that work. In the end, we didn't. So there was a lot of learnings to be taken from that. And from there, we leased a warehouse space in New Lynn. We had that for a period of time. We had some 40-foot containers we were using for some surplus stock as well. Everything was very ad hoc and spread around the city. And as we grew, which was sort of a growing pains type thing, I guess you'd relate it to, when you bring it back to our online customers, it was just creating too many pain points. Our stock holding was spread across 4 or 5 locations. We're selling a lot of product online, and it became really inefficient really quickly. We'd have customers in Invercargill that would buy a Grey cricket bat that was in stock in Newmarket, and an All Blacks jersey that was in stock in our distribution centre in New Lynn. And we had to decide: do we send 2 parcels and have double freight? Do we consolidate to one location and send one, but then we're delaying the speed of delivery to the customer? From there, we came to the conclusion that we're better served to have one sort of hub, if you like, where we have a big warehouse bolted onto our concept store showroom with an office space there, for a number of reasons, but the top of the list was so we could service our customers more efficiently and faster. It's, the word culture gets used a lot, whether it be in sport and business and things, and community and a home. But it's certainly been, from the get-go, it's something we've tried to create, a place that we haven't always been able to pay people to come here and what they could get elsewhere. But what we can offer is an environment for those that want to really buy into it and become part of the fabric for a period of their careers, is a place that they can get real growth in. They can work with like-minded people, and be part of something that's always growing and evolving. The team aspect in business, it's internal, but it also can be internal. And one thing from the get-go was we're very conscious of, I was very conscious of surrounding ourselves with good people. And I think if you do that in all walks of life, including, if you're starting out in business or whatever it is, I think it'll stand by you really well. RSM have been with us the whole way, in all those ways, with personal relationships, and really bringing in that eye that we need as a bunch of entrepreneurs that are just sort of going out and hacking into it to sort of bring us back and say, hey, well, this, and this, and then set us off again. It's, they've been invaluable over our journey.